Yeah, you know I'm fired up to talk with, I don't know, the most fired up boxer today.
Yes.
Blair The Flair Cobbs, the unbeaten welterweight. My podcast partner at CBS Sports, who's not sitting in this chair today, Rafe Bartholomew, did an in-depth feature on theathletic.com about your journey to get here. That was basically a damn action movie. And this is a loud, fantastic shirt here. You had a loud, fantastic life to get to this point. Is this just part of the journey, man? Just, being a boxer, being on this Canelo Kovalev card, just another step in this crazy journey?
Yeah. It's kind of like that. I was born for this moment. Hey, all of this is just natural. The moment you put the lights, one moment you put the cameras, the moment you say action, it's time. It's the Blair the Flair moment. And it's right now, we're having a Blair the Flair moment.
I think we are.
Can you feel it?
I can feel it. I'm blinded by how fantastic. Is that a snake right there? That thing is, wow.
Snakes,
Wow.
leopards.
Well, we love you on this show, boxing fans, because you bring a little bit of the WWE, the character, the confidence, the swagger. Little Rick Flair in the Flair right here?
Absolutely. We can do the Rick Flair. Woo! Actually, you know what? Rick Flair is out of business. He's getting old. He's out of the business now. He's retired, and there's a new Flair in the building. B Flair. Woo!
Thank you, Rick. Have you gotten on his radar? Being that you've getting these big wins in boxing, these moments of you on the microphone are starting to go viral. Have you heard from the Flair camp at all?
Oh man, I love that man. I love that man to death. He is one of the most inspiring, charismatic entertainers in the world. I haven't met him, but one time
somebody's got to broker
somebody
this deal
had called me. Some crazy old man had called me and gave me like 6 woos. It just like we didn't even have a conversation. We just started wooing. Woo, 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 woo. And I'm like, and then he hangs up the phone on me. I'm like, hello? I was like, oh man. I think that was him.
Was it Rick? Was it Rick?
Very possibly.
If Ric Flair's your spirit animal, are you trying to live that life? Are you trying to, limousine driving, kiss stealing, all that good stuff there?
What I look like, baby? I look like a limousine riding, kiss stealing, airplane flying.
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to see you Saturday against Carlos Ortiz, 10-round welterweight bout. Given this card, given the Canelo, Kovalev status of this, how big is this fight for you? What's at stake here?
This fight is a big moment, and I have to show the world that I am what I say I am, the great one. And how do I become the great one? By rising to the occasion. And lately, that's what I've been doing. You put me in there with an undefeated fighter with a better record than I do, and guess what I do? I rise to the occasion, and that's happened consistently, back to back to back. And in this fight, you're gonna see Blair the Flair with all the cameras, all the lights, the flashing. You're gonna see the crowd screaming my name all around the world through the television, and you're gonna see Blair the Flair rise to the occasion.
Damn, that's a promo right there. Do you have a message for Carlos Ortiz? Does he know the thunder he signed up for here?
I don't think he does, because if he did, he would have been just like everybody else and just not signed that waiver. It's going to be nothing but pain for Carlos Ortiz. No, what's his name? Carlos Ortiz.
I got Carlos Ortiz on my
Carlos Ortiz
yeah.
Cervantes.
I mean, it could be anybody. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's the shortened version of the name right there.
Yeah.
Talk about your crazy backstory on the run in Mexico. I mean, you just wild stuff. Is that what creates the formula for you to be this eccentric guy who just handles the moment well and has no fear?
Yeah, you talking to a man that when I was just a child, I was born with a gold spoon in my mouth. I came from living in Beverly Hills, Hollywood, to being shell-shocked and thrown into the slums of Mexico, of Guadalajara, Jalisco, and I had to gain some kind of purpose in my life because I was lost. I was in shambles with nothing as a child, going through many mental problems and thinking about just going through a lot of oppression and depression and going through I having suicidal thoughts, and in that particular part of my life, I had to find purpose, and I found purpose in boxing, and I started to gain the approval of the people through boxing. The people started to love me, and boxing became like this thing. And Flair was born. And it just never left. I always continued to grow. And
I mean, you had to earn your stripes the hard way in Mexico.
Yeah.
No fanfare, no big name promoters there. Grinding up. What kind of advantage does that give you with that sort of apprenticeship into the sport to get here?
That it doesn't matter where you put me, the whole world can be against me, and I would turn the haters into lovers. I would turn the bad fans into good fans. I would turn you and everybody around this world into believers in the Flair.
He's talking to you, by the way. He is talking to you. Does Golden Boy even know the potential? Do they know what they have here? Does boxing know what it has here in the Flair? Is there any chance you're as good in the ring as you are right now in the shirt, selling yourself?
Absolutely. And come November 2nd, everybody, the whole world will be watching the great one, Blair the Flair.
Final message here to Carlos Ortiz, to the fans. Are they ready for the show? We're going to see the Stone Cold Steve Austin vest? I mean, what are we going to see on Saturday?
There's no telling what you can see in a Blair the Flair show. But one thing's for sure, to all the fans around the world and to Carlos Ortiz, you're going to see the most exciting fighter today in boxing. You're going to see pain. You're going to see blood. You're going to see tears. You're going to see sweat sliding off the side of that man's face when I hit him so hard. And, hey, this is Blair the Flair.
People on my podcast here, State of Combat, CBS Sports, they want to see you against the Rooster at 154. You know that guy? You know the damn Rooster? You know that Golden Boy fighter? He fights head first and just makes the magic happen.
Makes the magic happen? Hey, then that sounds like a pretty good dance partner. But one thing's for sure, it's kind of hard to dance with the baddest man on the planet.
That is true.
I am the best dancer in the world.
Canelo,
like Lionel Richie.
Kovalev is Saturday. Do you have a prediction? Yeah, I know you're a classy guy here. I can see the way you're dressed. How do you think that piece of business works out there? Is Canelo biting off more than he can chew?
You know what? I love this moment. I love seeing people test their self. I love to see people rise to the occasion. I love to see what happens when you're faced with adversity. That's the only way you know how good you really are, and Kovalev might be the right challenge for him. And what do I believe? I believe that Canelo will rise to the occasion just like Blair the Flair and give the crowd a good show and possibly win. Because the thing is, it doesn't matter whether Canelo wins or lose or whether Kovalev win or lose. The only thing that matters is the fans. Does the fans win in boxing?
They win if they're watching this. That may have been the best 10 minutes of your entire day. Blair the Flair Cobbs, I think he's next at welterweight. I think we're going to find out on Saturday against Carlos Ortiz. Best of luck in the future. Nice threads here, brother, all right?
Thank you.
All night long. Woo!
Absolutely.